morning. Let's look out there with a live cam. Still chilly, but it is March 1st and the weather's going to be changing.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. We made it to another Friday. It is March 1st.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good weekend. The weather, I guess, has been interesting, kind of up and down. Let's go ahead and check in with Justin.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. Yesterday was chilly. It felt a lot like winter for the last day of February, and today we're just going to completely switch gears and go to some warm weather. The sun pops out. We're still waiting on clouds to clear out, but they will. And then once that happens, yes, the sun will be out, and it will be a much, much warmer day. Here's the satellite picture, and this is a special satellite where we can detect clouds here at night, but we can see that low cloudiness is still over Bexar County. You get into the hill country, skies are completely clear. So Eagle Pass, Del Rio, Kerrville, Lakey, you're seeing clear skies, but not here along the I-35 corridor. So it'll take another couple of hours to get rid of these. But once these clouds move out, then temperatures will be allowed to warm up. 47 right now here in San Antonio, but underneath where we have those clear skies, notice how much colder it is. 33 Kerrville, 32 in Fredericksburg. So we have a few places that are touching freezing this morning. And then you'll see all these numbers warm up rapidly once that sun is out a little bit later this afternoon. That includes here in San Antonio, 10 a.m., 54, noontime, 58, and then look for a high today right around 72 with sunny conditions. Weather headlines here. Fog will be back over the weekend, at least in the morning time, but you'll get some warm afternoons. Then as we head into Monday, there's a chance for a few storms popping up. It's going to be very spring-like next week, so it's going to feel more like March with a spring-like pattern, some small chances for rain, and those warmer temperatures probably into the 80s. All right, let's take a quick look at TransGuide now. We'll show you what's going on traffic-wise. We've had an incident all morning long. They're along 281 and 410, so we're still keeping eyes on that. But elsewhere, traffic's moving along just fine. We don't have any other incidents being reported, at least at this hour. It will pick up, though, here soon with more traffic on the roadway. Speaking of that 281 410 incident, RJ has been out there live this morning and giving us some of the latest details. Let's check in with him now and see what's going on there. RJ.
Yeah, that's right, Justin. So I did check in with TransGuide a little while ago, and traffic is still backed up over there by Isom Road. Again, that was going to be the 281 southbound to 410 west. But we have actually also just relocated because we're talking about that big closure that's going to be taking place on the far northwest side, the 1604 expansion out here. So again, we've been talking about it for months now in the studio, kind of giving you an idea of what exactly is going to go on. We're going to have two big closures taking place this weekend. First of all, along 1604. So we're going to start right here at the interchange. So we're actually right here on the access road for I-10 westbound traffic. And this is going to be at the Papados parking lot. A lot of people obviously come here to eat right past UTSA Boulevard, and traffic moving pretty good in this direction right now. But that will definitely not be the case later on this weekend. So want to give you the bottom line here when it comes to the interchange. That means that 1604 east and west, the cloverleafs and connections to I-10 will be shut down starting tonight at 9 o'clock and extending through Monday at 5 a.m. And we actually have some drone video that we're showing you right now. We've got some new video of the progress taking place out here at the 1604 expansion. The work taking place this weekend will be for bridge construction. There will be detour signs in place if both directions of 1604, and traffic officers here also to help drivers kind of get around and navigate through this area. So if you are coming westbound, you'll exit Vance Jackson to I-10 or Valero Way to get back onto 1604. If you're coming eastbound, you'll exit La Cantera Parkway over to Vance Jackson. So the good news is that I-10 in both directions will be open. So I-10 eastbound, westbound will be open as part of this ongoing construction this weekend. All right, we're going to come back out here live again. So we're out at the 1604 expansion. So a lot of people have been asking, emailing me about some of the progress. We talk about this all the time. Spoke to KSAT yesterday. They said that the first flyover ramp is on track to open later this year. Those are the beams that you see behind me, and we've seen some of this high elevated highway construction that's going on out here. But overall, KSAT says that they are halfway through the interchange project of the 1604 expansion. They're going to start work on the second ramp soon, but unfortunately that means that there will be consecutive closures over the next couple of months. That's something that we will continue to keep you updated on. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. And just like RJ and Justin were mentioning earlier, this is the crash at 281 at 410. So investigators tell us that a driver smashed into a car that was on the side of the ramp. And right now it's not clear if that car was stranded, but it immediately caught fire. So the SUV that crashed into that car rolled over several times. We're told that driver and a passenger were both taken to the hospital. One is in very serious condition. Fire chief on the scene told us that a person may have taken off, but that has not been confirmed with the San Antonio Police Department.
President Joe Biden wrapped up his trip to Brownsville yesterday, and he wasn't alone.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg was one of several mayors who joined President Biden. As
Daniela Ibarra explains, the mayor says the visit is good for San Antonio.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg says he's one of about a dozen mayors who met with President Biden. He says it was important to come to Brownsville to show support for the president because it can help the Alamo City. The crisis along the Rio Grande is spilling into cities across Texas.
How is the migration issue impacting San Antonio?
Well, the migration flows in San Antonio and throughout the southern border ebb and flow.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg met with President Biden during his visit to Brownsville.
Did the president ask you anything specifically about San Antonio?
Well, he asked us how it's going, and I reported to him that it is a challenge.
Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas joined the president to meet with Border Patrol agents and local leaders like Nirenberg.
Do you feel like the president heard you?
Absolutely. The president has heard us. That's why he worked to craft this legislation along with a bipartisan group of Senate leaders.
That legislation is a border security bill President Biden pushed forward during his trip.
It's time for the speakers and some of my Republican friends in Congress who are blocking this bill to show a little spine.
Nirenberg says that bill could lead to relief for cities like San Antonio. He's urging Congress to act.
This border issue is so very frustrating, Daniela, because it is less an immigration crisis as it is a political crisis.
Brownsville's mayor called the president's visit here a big deal. He says the bill will help his community, which he says is overwhelmed and overworked by the migrant crisis. For GMSA, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
Now to Eagle Pass, where former President Trump also made a stop to address the increasing number of people trying to come into the U.S. illegally.
As John Paul Barajas reports, the former president had supporters and some pushback.
Nice weather, beautiful day, but a very dangerous border. We're going to take care of it.
Former President Donald Trump touched down in Del Rio for his southern border visit. As he made his way to Eagle Pass, people lined the entrance of Shelby Park to see him.
Just shows that he cares, and with Biden, of course, he never came, so you know, he went to Brownsville,
But some think the dueling border visits from President Joe Biden and Trump is all for show. It's political, the Republicans versus the Democrats, and we have an election coming up. The Texas National Guard took over all of Shelby Park, and a lot of people use that for events for the city, he said. Governor Greg Abbott and the state took over Shelby Park in January, something the former president commended him on this afternoon, along with measures like shipping containers, buoys, and razor wire.
I think he understands war, because that's what you're in a war.
During his visit and tour, Trump also made clear he didn't think President Biden was doing enough for border security.
By the Biden migrant crime, it's a new form of vicious violation to our country.
And touted his policies from his time in the Oval Office, like Remain in Mexico, asylum bans, and Title 42. But the Eagle Pass Border Coalition was very outspoken about both Trump and Abbott's visit to their community.
And this unwanted attention, this unwanted militarization of our community is unwelcome. You are not welcome here, gentlemen.
Back out here, the former president's quick border trip has ended, and he's vowed to conduct, quote, the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, end quote, if he wins the White House in November. But regardless of that, the state's taking over of Shelby Park with added fencing and military personnel manning the gates. That doesn't look like it's going anywhere. In Eagle Pass, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, a federal judge in Austin has suspended a controversial state immigration law. It was set to take effect Tuesday. The law would allow Texas law enforcement agents to arrest and detain people they suspect of entering the country illegally. The judge who stopped the law from going into effect, David Allen Ezra, argued it would open the door to individual states passing their own version of federal immigration laws.
San Antonio police are still searching this morning for the suspects responsible for killing a man at a warehouse yesterday afternoon. So police say a man was standing at the back door of that warehouse located on Loop 410 and I-35 on the city's northeast side. And that's when two men approached him and started shooting. The victim died at the scene. Now, suspects were last seen in a black car on FM 78. If you know anything that can help police find them, you're asked to call the police department.
A teenager's in jail this morning for his involvement in a deadly New Year's Eve shooting. It happened on Misty Ridge Drive near Converse. This is 17-year-old John Dorr. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says he is charged in the shooting death of 17-year-old Jaden Pettis. Pettis was shot once in the face and left for dead. BCSO believes this is all the result of a botched drug deal. Sheriff Salazar says more charges could be coming in the case as the investigation continues.
Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Joshua Martinez is behind bars after the Sheriff's Office says he lied on a report about an incident with an inmate. So that incident happened back in October of 2022. The inmate accused Martinez of throwing her to the floor during an argument. Now, Martinez denied that accusation, saying in a report that the woman threw herself on the floor. However, the Sheriff's Office says security video backs up the woman's claim. Martinez is charged with tampering with a government record, and he's on unpaid leave while the investigation continues.
In your morning headlines, the Smokehouse Creek fire in the Texas Panhandle, now the largest recorded fire in state history.
It has burned more than 1 million acres so far, leaving 2 people dead. And as land and structures continue to burn, agriculture agents estimate around 5,000 heads of cattle have been killed. Now, 2 people are dead again, and officials say that number can grow after the grim task of searching burned homes.
There's a chance that there may be people that did not survive and were trapped by the fire.
So far, San Antonio firefighters have sent 6 personnel to the Panhandle to help battle the flames.
The Biden administration has announced a delay to a key part of its signature climate plan until after the presidential election. The Environmental Protection Agency said it will move forward with finalizing standards to cut emissions from existing coal and new natural gas plants this spring. EPA Administrator Michael Reagan said in a statement that the move would achieve greater emissions reductions than the current proposal because it would focus on a bigger range of pollutants and toxic air.
And time now is 6:11 and 47 degrees for now.
Apple is extending their self-service repair program. What that means for users of the latest MacBook Pro and iMac models.
And coming up after the break, our Sarah Costa is going to talk about growing your own potatoes in today's Gardening with KSAT and why you should do that now.
And outside with live cam on your Friday, see how things are looking out at the airport. You see some of those clouds out there. It's, again, a bit of a chilly start. We've gained about 1 degree since our last hour. Be right back.
So French fries, chips, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, all the way you can eat potatoes. So why not grow them?
Right. So in this Gardening with KSAT segment, Sarah Costa shows us how to plant potato seeds, and she says you should probably get them into the ground now.
Should you shit your potatoes? Guys, I'm saying that with a hard CH. Shit. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second.
We are getting a late start, so make sure you plant them now in early March. I get my potato seeds from Rainbow Garden. Use potato seeds because grocery store potatoes are treated not to sprout.
I didn't have time to chit my potatoes. Chitting is allowing them to sprout before you put them in the ground, but they're gonna be just fine without it.
If your seed is larger than 2 inches, find the eyes and cut them into smaller pieces. You need to let these dry overnight before planting. If you plant them right away, Rainbow Gardens has sulfur powder that you can sprinkle on the cut sides to prevent disease before you put them in the ground. Make sure you have 12 inches of soil and dig a 6-inch trench. Plant 10 to 12 inches apart. This is important. The eyes must be up. Cover with 2 to 3 inches of soil. You can add an organic fertilizer like this one in 2 weeks. And make sure to give at least 1 inch of water every week.
Add more soil when the shoots get 4 to 6 inches, and as it continues to grow, he'll soil around the tuber. Harvest time is anywhere from 2 to 4 months, and you'll know when it's time when that foliage gets yellow and brown. Wait 2 weeks, then it's harvest time. Happy gardening. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Sarah. and we've had a busy morning on the roadways.
We have. We've been tracking an incident this morning near San Antonio International Airport.
Yeah, it's right there at 281 and 410. The ramp from 281 on the 410 has been closed due to a major crash. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit, but it was a fiery crash that I would imagine they're still investigating. So just be aware of that. Otherwise, the rest of the area looks pretty good. Traffic is starting to pick up. The traffic flow starting to pick up, but so far no other issues. And I can take you over to the map here real quick. And you can see that, oh, that's the wrong clicker, that we do have that incident there at 281 410. It's right there. So far, though, everything's still green around it, so we're not detecting any real slowdowns. So that's the good news there. But know that there could be some slowdowns coming up a little bit later this morning once traffic picks up. All right, let's switch gears and talk weather now. All eyes have been on the Texas Panhandle. What just an awful situation up there with these wildfires. They're so large, especially that Smokehouse Creek fire. Here's a bit of an update for you. This thing has grown to 1.1 million acres. It is still only 3% contained, despite the fact there was snow on the ground yesterday. And this is now the largest wildfire in Texas history. When we're talking about acreage, and this surpasses the East Amarillo Complex fire, which was a huge fire just a little over a decade ago. So there you go. It's still a couple of other fires too burning. They're more contained, 50% and 60% respectively. But it's that Smokehouse Creek fire that we're keeping an eye on. And here's the problem. As we get into tomorrow, not necessarily today, but tomorrow, the fire danger starts to kick back up. We get more gusty winds, more dry air, and so there's an elevated fire danger from roughly Midland all the way up into parts of Kansas, but it's critical across the Panhandle, so there could be some more issues there. We're going to keep a close eye on it. Our fire danger is not anywhere in that vicinity. We're doing okay, and we've got a little bit of moisture that'll be creeping back in coming up tomorrow. Here's a look outside. We still got cloud cover here over San Antonio, 47, 46 in New Braunfels. Kerrville has dropped to 33. We could briefly touch freezing areas, especially across the hill country just in general. There will be some spots that get down close to freezing this morning with clear skies out there. And you can see Kerrville completely clear. There is the cloud cover that continues to stream across the San Antonio area. And that clearing line just doesn't want to advance east, at least not yet. I think once the sun comes up, you'll start to see that happen. These clouds will break up. But at the moment, we are still mostly cloudy. So we start off with the clouds, but end up with the sun this afternoon. 62 at 1 o'clock. We make it up to 72 this afternoon. Sunny conditions and southerly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. This weekend, as you plan out your weekend, it'll be near 80 on Saturday. So what a change from yesterday, right? Where we stayed in the 40s all day. We'll be near 80 on Saturday. Morning fog and clouds will stick around a little longer on Sunday, 78. We'll call it mostly cloudy. And then down the line, again, this afternoon looks great. Saturday, some morning fog, but the afternoon will be fine. And then as we showed you Sunday, more widespread cloud cover and fog. And then as we get into Monday, that's our next storm system. It's a weak one. It's not some big low, but there's enough energy there to where we could get some showers and thunderstorms going. That would be Monday afternoon, and that is our next best rain chance. Right now, 30%. We'll watch for a few thunderstorms on Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday, I should say, we have some more opportunities for some isolated afternoon rain. Extended forecast. Lots of warmth here. 79 Saturday, 78 Sunday. We'll have some 80s next week. So it does look like we've kind of left the cold air and the dust here, at least for the extended forecast. It looks pretty warm as we head into March.
I had my gas fireplace on yesterday. I thought there's no way I'm going to need this for the rest of the season. I'm like, nope, one more day.
One more day.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's kind of our last cold day of the year. It's not a guarantee, but certainly looks warmer going forward.
Yeah, at least for the next few days.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Now 6:21, 47 degrees.
Well, coming up in this morning's GMA First Look, airplane window wars. How a viral video showing a woman opening her window shade and a child sitting in front closing it is now raising the question, who has the right to determine whether the shade goes up or down?
You didn't live this strong, this long to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are at high risk for fracture, you can build new bone with Evenity. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
In this morning's GMA First Look, airplane window wars. At least 16 million people watching as the woman shooting the video opens her shade and a child in front of her closes it. The woman captioning the video, "It's my window." That passenger speaking with GMA overnight.
I do always keep my window open. He was just being quite a nuisance in that sense that I couldn't really fully relax.
But this morning, the question, who has the right to determine whether the shade goes up or down?
I choose the window seat so that I have the privilege of being able to look out the window and control the window shade being up. So for that reason, that's why I decided, no, I want to keep this window open because it's the only access to a window that I personally have, whereas he has access to another window.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear from the Flight Attendants Union for their take on this airplane etiquette debate. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple allowing users with the latest MacBook Pro and iMac models to fix their own devices. The company expanded its self-service repair program to include computers powered by the new M3 chip. They'll also have access to Apple's remote diagnostic tool in addition to manuals and even parts.
Next, X's audio chat rooms called Spaces can now broadcast live video. Only people hosting the session can enable the video and broadcast with either their front or rear cameras. So during the session, participants can still speak or co-host.
Spotify launching a new feature called Song Psychic, which allows users to ask questions to get answers through music. It's like a modern day 8-ball. Remember those? Offering responses in everything from careers to school to love, all in good fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Me too.
Time now 6:26 and 47 degrees for now.
Coming up first of the month in the start of Women's History Month, Stephanie Jimenez will tell us about an event designed to help women succeed in their careers.
Let's get a look out there with TransGuide. Here is that accident that we had been looking at all morning, but you can see there, it looks like there's one lane open there at 281 at Loop 410, but still flashing lights at the scene. We'll be right back.
Friday morning outside with live cam. You can't tell in this picture right here, but obviously we're waiting for the sun to come up on this Friday morning. There are still quite a few clouds out there and still a bit on the cool side. For a lot of folks, 47 is cold.
Yes, it is. I agree. Happy Friday. It is March 1st.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. Justin is in for Mike. And where are we beginning today, Justin?
I'm on Team Cold, too, by the way. Yeah, it's a little chilly now. It is definitely jacket weather still, guys. So you send the kids with the coats. They may not need them, though, this afternoon. That'll be the big change today. And I want to pass along the pollen count to you as well. This is yesterday's, but we'll be getting in today's here soon. Molds are moderate. Mulberry, elm, hackberry, ash, all tree pollens there. But molds jumped to the top of the list yesterday, so that's the one causing all the problems. All right, we talked about the cloud cover. It really is right over Bexar County and right along I-35. You go west, skies are clear this morning. So it's just right here that we still have the mostly cloudy skies. It's going to take a little bit longer for these clouds to clear. They're rather persistent, but once they do, that's when we get temperatures to really rise. So right now, 47 in San Antonio. Fredericksburg's at 32, so we do have some places near freezing. And these are the areas that are seeing the clear skies, which allows those temperatures to fall a little bit more. You can see the temperature difference when it comes to these clouds. We're still in the mid-40s, even upper 40s here around San Antonio. So our forecast today, 50 degrees at 9 a.m. By noontime, 58. Then we make our way up to 72. Turns into a gorgeous day once that sun is out. And we'll see clear skies tonight. Fog develops by tomorrow morning. And the weekend in general is going to be warm and pretty nice. We'll take a look at that here in just a few minutes. First, though, let's switch gears and talk a little bit about traffic and what's going on out there with TransGuide. And we do see that we still have that incident at 281 and Loop 410. They've been working this for several hours. So this is the northbound ramp as you get onto 410 going westbound, still closed. And we know that ramp can get pretty busy, so as traffic picks up, that's probably going to cause some backups. But there was a fiery crash there earlier, and they're still working on cleaning that up. So that's kind of the headache that you're going to have to deal with. That's the one issue that we have right now. And I'm going to switch over to the maps here. We're going to talk about a closure at I-10 and 1604. That's going to be taking place this weekend, 9 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Basically the interchange there at I-10 and 1604, which has been shut down several times now. It's the 1604, both east and westbound, that's going to be shut down there at the ramp. Now I-10, you can still flow through there, but it's going to be the east and westbound lanes of 1604 that close down during that time period, plus a couple of the Cloverleaf ramps as well. So that's one issue on 1604, but there's more. RJ is live near Blanco in 1604 to talk about another closure that's going to be going on this weekend as well. RJ?
Yeah, Justin. So obviously, look, this is a lot of headaches out here for our drivers on the north side, northwest side. So just want to give you guys more information on what exactly is going on here. So again, as you head towards that interchange that Justin was talking about, towards 281, Blanco Road to Bitters, Stone Oak Parkway is all going to be shut down. So we're going to break this down for you here real quick. We have some drone video of this closure. Let's show you exactly what we're going to be looking at and what you need to know. So basically, Loop 1604 westbound from the Blanco Road exit to the Bitters entrance ramp will be shut down for that same time frame that Justin just mentioned on the interchange closure. That's going to be tonight at 9 o'clock going through 5 a.m. on Monday. Now the opposite direction here, 1604 eastbound, this is going to be from the Bitters Road exit ramp to the Stone Oak Parkway exit ramp, and that will be shut down as well. This is basically a very high traffic area. This is around the Keebner area. A lot of people obviously go to that Target that's right there off of 1604. A lot of people go to the HEB that's right there as well. So just keep that in mind as we kind of give you a landmarks or an idea of what exactly is going to be happening there. So what is TxDOT doing here on 1604? What they're going to be doing is what's called a traffic switch, and that means that traffic will move to some brand new lanes and crews will start to work on the older ones in the area. So when this is all said and done, guys, 1604 will have 10 lanes going in both directions in this area. So we're going to come back out here live. So as Justin just mentioned, along with not only that closure there, 1604, as you head more closer to 281, we're also going to have this big interchange closure here, 1604 at I-10. Basically, we're told by TxDOT, if you can try and avoid just being on 1604 from 281 to I-10, go ahead and do that. But we know a lot of people use that area. A lot of people live in that area. So just make sure that you plan ahead for these closures that are going to be taking place. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
New this morning, San Antonio police looking for the person who shot a man in the face overnight. It happened around 11:30 in the 4400 block of Ritterman Road. Police say the victim managed to run to a nearby gas station to call for help. SAPD says the wound is more of a graze than a hit. So far, police say there's no suspect information and they don't know why the shooting happened.
This morning, an Amber Alert was sent out by the Weslaco Police Department. They are searching for 13-year-old Esmeralda Mireles. She was last seen in the 100 block of North Kansas Avenue around 3 a.m. in Weslaco wearing a black hoodie and blue jeans. Police are also looking for 37-year-old Luis Gomez, who they believe to be connected to her disappearance. Now, the suspect is driving a maroon 2001 Chevrolet Silverado with the license plate number GCW9494. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Weslaco Police Department. That number is on your screen, area code 956-968-8591. Well, here's a reason to celebrate. And not only is it Friday, today kicks off Women's History Month.
So what better way to mark the occasion than to tell you about an upcoming event designed to help women succeed in their careers?
Our Stefania Jimenez tells us about the National Conference for Women.
Mark your calendars. On March 14th, tens of thousands of women across the nation will come together online for the largest network of women's conferences in the nation. It's called the National Conference for Women. Think of it as a giant networking event. Women in different careers will connect and share advice.
My goal is to reach as many women as we can, because I think women need to hear stories, they need to hear topic areas, they need to hear how to address the concerns that they're facing every day in the office, and they need some practical advice to be able to go do that.
Tamara Fields is a board member of the Texas Conference for Women. Every year, more than 55,000 women attend one of 4 separate conferences for women, but in 2024, all 4 are merging. Tamara says that will benefit more women.
It's been proven through the years. If you think about the Harvard Business Review, the impact of conferences on women. Women's likelihood of receiving a promotion is doubled when they've attended a conference. And in addition to that, the likelihood of receiving a pay increase triples.
That's important considering there's still a gender pay gap. The Pew Research Center says women only make up about 1/3 of workers in the country's 10 highest paying jobs. Although that's up 13% from 1980, still not quite 50-50.
The biggest obstacle that we have is moving up the career ladder and really owning our voice and owning our story, owning our history, and saying, yes, give me a chance. I deserve this, and this is why.
Tamara says women of all ages and stages in their careers are welcome to the conference, and that invitation also extends to men.
How do you make change if part of the change is the people you need don't attend, right? You just talking about it among yourself doesn't actually facilitate change. You need change makers, and men are change makers along with you. So we often talk about allyship.
We have a link for ticket information on our website, KSAT.com. Stefania Jimenez, KSAT 12 News.
So there are also a lot of other national events for Women's History Month that you can follow with online. You can just head over to our website at KSAT.com for more information.
The popular barbecue restaurant Augie's is closing its location on Broadway. The owners citing the years of construction and the pandemic. Augie's Alamo City Barbecue Steakhouse is located in the 900 block of Broadway. That's in the middle of the construction projects. Owners say the restaurant has been struggling for the last 4 years. Their other location on St. Mary's is still open.
Well, Here at Home talks about the Spurs potentially leaving the east side, has some community members wondering what happened to the economic development they were promised.
It being a line, like a stream of businesses and things, it would be great for business and the ambiance of the area.
So Ricky Jenkins, manager for Ball Hogs Barbecue near the Frostbank Center, says he would like to see more businesses to bring in crowds and jobs for residents. So his restaurant hires local youth to give them job experience. Bexar County Commissioner Precinct 4 Tommy Calvert says part of the reason the development around the center didn't happen was because the community didn't have an initial say.
At this moment, I still have business owners who are complaining that live there at the Andy. We cannot literally get there ourselves, and we can't have our guests come, and we can't have our business associates come. This is no way to be a good neighbor.
So we asked the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, who oversees traffic flow during special events at the Frostbank Center, and they said the cones are there to help move traffic along, but they are open to reviewing plans to ensure that businesses are not negatively impacted.
Friday morning, 6:40, 47 degrees.
And coming up next, we're going to have a live interview with the co-chair of the Charter Review Commission, who will explain the city's charter and how you can get involved.
Welcome back, 6:44 on your Friday. City leaders want to hear from you here in San Antonio. You're invited to share your thoughts about San Antonio's charter.
Well, the co-chair of the Charter Review Commission, Bonnie Prosser-Elder, joins us live to talk more about the city's charter. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning.
Hi, Bonnie. So first, for people who are not familiar with the city's charter, tell us a little bit about what it is and why it's so important for people to get involved.
So the San Antonio City Charter is basically the constitution for the city of San Antonio. It sets up the guidelines and the mechanism for the city to operate. And it's important because it is the guidelines for the city's operation. And so getting involved with that as it comes to a scenario where there may be changes, of course, we would want the public's involvement to give their input on how and what they would want included in that, because ultimately it comes to the public for a vote.
And, you know, many people are probably interested in this. How can they get involved?
Well, there are 3 methods for citizens to get involved. They can, of course, show up to the meetings that we are having at the public library downtown. They can also call 311 and leave comments with on the 311 line, and they can also go online to speakup.com /charter. And that will give them access to mechanisms so that they can give us their input, because we're really interested in what the citizens of San Antonio have to say.
Bonnie, let's talk first about some of the topics that people can weigh in on. And then I have kind of a sidebar question for you. Is this of particular importance in an election year? Are there amendments to the city charter that may be on the horizon?
Absolutely. As the Charter Commission goes through its process, it will go to City Council for a vote to be placed on a ballot, and then that ballot or those ballot initiatives will go to the public to vote. But some of the areas are focused around City Council districts and redistricting, and of course that is important to the community because it will impact what district you're in ultimately and who your council person could be. There also, there's an element regarding city council compensation and the term lengths for your elected city council persons. There's also a portion related to ethics and revisions to the Ethics Commission or the process through which ethics matters are handled, the language within the charter and the modernization of that language. And then lastly, the city manager tenure, the tenure of the actual city manager and compensation for the city manager.
And Bonnie, you were talking earlier a little bit about a meeting at the public library downtown. Can you tell us when that's happening so people might be able to show up?
Yes, the next meeting is this Monday, March 4th at the Central Library. And that is at 5:30. So we look forward to citizens coming, hearing what the first round of preliminary recommendations would be, and then later providing their comments on that, how they're feeling about it, or whatever input they would like to provide.
Okay. Well, Bonnie Prosser Elder with City's Charter Review Commission, thanks for joining us, and we hope you have a good Friday.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and allowing me to provide this information to the citizens of San Antonio.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And
we do have an update into our newsroom. We have learned that a woman has died in that fiery crash at Highway 281 and Loop 410. So we've been telling you about the crash all morning long. The Bexar County Medical Examiner has identified her as 76-year-old Eden Nuval. We're going to continue to bring you the latest on this investigation as we learn more about it.
It has been a traffic issue all morning long, and as Justin was just taking a look at the traffic map and traffic flow, it goes without saying that this is actually affecting two ramps in that area to 410 versus the one that we thought about.
You're right, 410 westbound. So if you're coming north on 281 or south on 281 and you want to exit 410 west, you're going to have to take an alternate route. So let's look real quick at a TransGuide if we could, and you'll see, I think we're looking, this is 281 southbound, and that ramp onto 410 west is closed. So all that traffic's having to go 410 eastbound. But I can show this to you here on the map, maybe make a little more sense. So there's the crash, and I think if you want to get around this, you're going to want to exit San Pedro if you're going 281 south, and then you can get onto 410 west. And conversely, if you're going 281 north and you want to get on 410 west, maybe you exit Jones-Maltzberger and just take that up to 410. That way you can avoid this altogether. But that's the issue that we're having right now. And when they have these kind of incidents, they do need to investigate for a while. So it could be there for some time. And as traffic picks up, this will start to cause some backups and delays. So we wanted to let you know about that. Okay, let's switch over to weather now, and we'll talk about the climatology for the month of March. March 1st, the average high is 70, the average low is 48. That's where we start the month. Where do we end up? Well, by the end of the month, 77 is our average high, the average low is 55. So it is a month in which we really do start to warm up. And of course, we officially enter spring on March 19th. And this week, as we get into next week, I should say, it's going to start feeling a lot more like spring. Yesterday did not. Next week will. We're still looking at a deck of clouds. Now, they are starting to thin, but right now, reporting cloudy skies at the airport, 48, northwesterly winds at about 3. There's the cloud deck, and I'm noticing there on the northwest side, it is starting to thin out a little bit, and I think that trend will continue. Give it another couple of hours and the sun will be out here in San Antonio. It is out for most of the rest of the area. And here's what I think will happen today. Temperatures are in the 40s right now. That cloud deck finally starts to shift east, as it does. This is noontime. We'll see temperatures begin to warm up. 58 here in San Antonio noontime. You're already getting into the 60s out west because you'll have full sun. And then by the afternoon, with everyone seeing sun, we get into the low 70s here in San Antonio, and a lot of places will be in the 70s this afternoon. It'll turn into a gorgeous day, especially considering where we were yesterday, stuck in the 40s most of the day. Satellite picture shows, yes, things are clearing. There are still a few showers across deep South Texas in the storm system that moved through yesterday and brought the snowfall and the cloud cover now pushing east towards Atlanta this morning. There's a lot of rain there. New Orleans to Atlanta, rain is falling at this hour. Our futurecast shows that fog redevelops by tomorrow morning. Then we'll see mostly sunny skies on your Saturday afternoon. It'll be really pretty tomorrow and quite a bit warmer. Fog and low clouds return again on Sunday, but this time thicker and they last longer. We got deeper moisture starting to move in. So Sunday is going to be more of a cloudy day. I mean, I do think we see some sun, but just more clouds than sun. And then as we head into Monday, a little disturbance rolls in from the west. That'll be enough to generate some afternoon showers and storms. About a 30% chance on Monday. We'll watch for some lightning and thunder with some of this activity too. So that's that more spring-like feel. And that's our best chance of rain. That's Monday. But we do have some more chances, smaller chances, Tuesday and Thursday as well. So a little more active next week. 79 coming up tomorrow, 78 on Sunday. We get into the 80s next week. There is a frontal boundary that tries to creep in here on Wednesday, but I just don't know that it does much for us other than maybe generate a little bit of showers and storms, but it doesn't really cool us down. Certainly nothing like yesterday.
No. What a change. 80s from yesterday.
What a change.
Thank you, Justin.
652, 47 degrees.
Let's look out there with live cam. So if you're a fan of the cold, enjoy these next few hours. Right now, yeah, 47 degrees. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. Very quickly before we talk about the forecast, 281 and 410 has reopened. The ramp is reopened, so you're good to go if you're taking 281 on your morning commute. They are done with their investigation there. Meantime, clearing skies, 72 today. Will be near 80 this weekend. Some small rain chances showing up next week, but staying warm.
What a busy morning.
Busy.
Very busy. Well, have a good weekend, guys.